Soulless, Episode 2, Lesser Evil. I am on fire. Not literally, of course, not in nearly every other way. There are demons in the realm, too, like me. I'm not alone after all. You are an incubus. You seem confused. I don't understand. Why couldn't I sense it? In your elusive form. I should have noticed it. Grinning, he returns to his human appearance. When you're up against a stronger demon, you're bound to be outmatched. My illusions will deceive even you. Even though he is just answering my question, I don't like his arrogant tone one bit. How strong are you supposed to be, anyway? How old do you think I am? You can't be much older than me. But I can't imagine how many women you've had. I've met demons far stronger than you. Pride. Please, you are but a baby compared to me. And I intend to treat you like one. In a good way, of course. So, fresh out of the underworld, huh? I came from Valenthus, not the underworld. Valenthus? It's the realm I came from. A different world, then. Interesting. Very interesting. He leads me to a long couch. It feels almost too soft to be real, then pours me a glass of wine. Chateau Latour Palioc 2009. The wine is not so bad in this realm. You're in for far many surprises, sweetheart. He pours himself a full glass and takes a careful sip. His radiant smile tells me he's relishing the wine, while his eyes convey a rather explicit, if not risque, expression towards me. So, how did it happen? You must tell me everything. Was it a spell, a ritual? Oh, please, let it be a ritual. It was not. I lay my hand over my chest, feeling Azanthia's pendant through the fabric. Azanthia and I were pursued by demon hunters. Deception led us into a trap, and we suffered injuries. Xanthia, one of our kind? Yes, she was probably the mightiest demon in my realm. I've spent my entire existence alongside her. We shared a bond like no other. Once again, a heavy feeling grips my chest. Both my hands curl into fists over my knees. She gave up her life to send me here. It was that, or we would have both perished. This is the first time I get to talk about this since it happened. It feels freeing, actually. Having another demon to talk to makes it much easier. Being an incubus, he'd know what I'm going through. So. Yes? Was this Xanthia as ravishing as you are? Did she guide you through, all the techniques? I can't believe my ears. For a moment, I wonder if he actually said those words. Really? That's your response to what I just shared? Such strong feelings for a demon. Are you sure you're a succubus? Considering toning down the emotions a bit, we're created to follow instinct. Sentiment only weakens us. Don't tell me how to live my life. His derivous laughter angers me more than any words could. I stand up, the unfinished drink in my hand. I fling the remaining wine onto his bathrobe, staining it a vivid red. He's wearing black, it doesn't stain anything. Then I march straight to the door. A powerful gust of wind whips past me, bringing with it his smell, the aroma of his wine I splashed, and suddenly he's there, blocking my way. My natural reaction is to feel offended and make it known by shoving him against the door. The next thing on my mind... With that speed, he truly is a lot stronger than me. Picking a fight with him might not be the best idea. One look at him and my worries about him lashing back are gone. My push has apparently undone the loose knot of his belt that was barely keeping his robe together. Now, he's just standing before me, fully exposed, his smirk implying he quite enjoys this turn of events. If all you wanted was to undress me, you could have just asked. Punish him a little. Ask, you say. I'm moving closer, allowing my chest to make contact with his bare skin. He gulps ever so slightly. I do tend to elicit such responses from men. With a teasing touch, I glide my fingertip along his jaw, holding his gaze steadily. I don't ask. I take. Then I lean in for a kiss, or so he believes. I sink my teeth into his lips, hard enough to draw blood that ought to teach him. Ouch! Don't ever get in my way again. He breaks into a chuckle, the small bite mark healing almost instantly as he fastens his robe back into place. You've got some fire in you. I like it. Your relationship with him has improved. I pull away. My point has been made loud and clear. Nothing more to be done. Again, he swaves his eyes over me from top to bottom with a lack of courtesy that's all too common among our kind. I like the form you have adopted. It's deadly, towering, perfect in its imperfection. It certainly stands out among the other succubi forms I've seen. You make it sound like it was my choice. Wasn't it? You shaped your human appearance yourself, yes? Of course I did. This form is perfect in every way, and its uniqueness. Oh, really? Can you demonstrate another form that you will find equally flawless? What for? Why not? People have different perceptions of beauty. I'm merely curious. I can immediately tell he's just toying with me. Fine, you got me, alright? I only have this form. I don't know how to do it any other way. Oh, calm down. I was just wondering, not trying to belittle you. There's nothing wrong with having one single human form. Perhaps it's a thing for demons from your realm, who knows? Maybe. I know only Xanthia where I came from, and she's the same way. See? The very reasons Vincent brought you here to me is to help you adapt to this world. I won't hold you here against your will. You're free to leave and go back to your old ways. However, if you enjoy a comfortable life where you're not constantly being hunted for simply trying to survive, well, here I am. He shrugs nonchalantly, his grin never charming. I suppose I can see why mortals would find him appealing. I think back on all those exhausting years of running from demon hunters, each moment fraught with dread and danger. Clearly, I really did enjoy the thrill of my deadly harvests, but a life free from being pursued relentlessly, especially now that Xanthia isn't around to protect me, sounds like a better option. How are you going to harvest a soul without making a kill, anyway? He points to the table, where the exquisite bottle of wine sits next to our glasses, one still full, the other empty. I cast a glance at my glass, then at the stain on his robe. I guess you're a demon after all. Sit back down, will you? After I put some clothes on, I'll fill you in on everything. As he retreats to his room, I pour myself another glass of wine. The taste is out of this world. My world, maybe. And the best thing, I don't have to worry about getting tipsy like humans do. Damn, you have a taste for finer things, don't you? Now, properly dressed, he joins me, sitting a bit closer than before, but not overly so. His closeness only grabs my attention briefly before I return to my glass. The flavor is exceptional. Get accustomed to it. Soon you'll be able to afford your own. But first things first. His voice, as if turning a page to a darker chapter, suddenly takes on a serious tone. Harvest me the way you would a human. Are you asking me to claim your life, but... It'd be such a waste of a handsome incubus. I have no reason to hurt you. Waste of a incubus. Handsome, you say? Is that a compliment for my talent in illusions, or my equally captivating true form? Or perhaps I'm seducing you ahead of the harvest, or I'd say it's going rather well. A tantalizing effort, but you'll need to do better to truly ensnare me. Never underestimate me. You have no idea what I'm capable of. Uh-huh. He reclines comfortably, arms stretched out on the backrest, legs casually crossed. In his movement, his hands briefly skim the curve of my neck. It feels intentional. Do your worst. I lock eyes with him, demonic power surging within me. Your illusions won't affect me, Vixaria. I've been around much longer than you have. Suggestively, he winds a loose lock of my hair around his finger, giving it a playful twist. I'm afraid we'll may have to learn about each other in the most direct manner. Wow. Okay. Having him with him should be harmless, but isn't necessarily. It's not like he's got a soul to fuel me. We'll see how far this goes. Because, you know, the platform. If I don't go through with this, he won't really know how I do things. This world is all too new to me. The faster I adapt, the better off I'll be. And with that in mind, I spring into action. At demonic speed, I rise, swivel, pin him down using my long legs as face, his eyes wide open and closed between my hands. Clothes are in the way, both mine and his. I tear his top open first, buttons scattering in all directions. See, you should have just worn the robe. Hey, that's expensive shirt. Ah. That's the gasp he makes when I impatiently snap off his belt, toss it across the room after a brief struggle with its clasp. Next, to be discarded in our outer clothing, an unfamiliar process given my history of wearing a single, easily removable layer. Now, I have on me two more tightly fitted garments, which I vaguely remember that mortal named Sarah referring to as a bra and panties when she helped me put them on. How do I get this thing off? Similar to Thorax's belt, I'll have a moment of patience to try to unfasten it before I proceed to rip it off. Wait. He grabs my wrists as they're still pulling at the straps. Wow, you work quickly. I don't tend to waste time. Well, his hands relinquish their grip on my wrist somewhat, though his touch stays with me. They slide up at a tantalizing pace until they come to rest on my shoulders. Here's my first piece of advice. If you don't want to drain a soul all the way, go slow. Slow? How slow? Think of it like a reservoir. What is a reservoir? Yeah, no, this is gonna take some work. Never mind. Think of it more like a well. Mortals take just enough to quench their thirst. They wouldn't want to drain it all at once, ensuring there's always something left. This way, they can keep coming back to the well for more. Are you saying I could potentially harvest a mortal soul more than once? Yes, if you manage to keep returning a returning client. But it's still better to cast a wide net. Client? Vincent didn't fill you in. You were training to be an escort. He didn't seem eager to explain anything to me. To put it simply, I will train you to be an escort, a role that will satiate both your demonic cravings and your life in this realm. I'll teach you how to siphon a small measure of life force from mortals here, merely shaving days off their lives rather than killing them, as you've always done. They'll have a good time, you'll receive compensation, everyone wins. So like a courtesan. Legally speaking, yes. Our clients are paying for our time and companionship. How you spend that time is entirely up to you. An escort. I know this is a lot to take in. This world comes with a lot of complications. But once you understand how it all works, you'll have a life these mortals could only wish for. He takes a long look around his home, his grin both content and proud. Living in a place like this, high above everyone else, doing as I please, that's why I abandoned the underworld. I suppose it's not so bad to have a place to settle, to call home. I bet. Not having to run from anything is a great feeling. Tenderly, he sketches circles around the slopes of my shoulders with his thumb. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's start with the basics first before we talk about the future. His eyes piercing as an archer's aim capture my gaze unyieldingly. Meanwhile, his hands are as gentle as a cloud gliding beneath the straps of my bra. Would you like me to explain how it's done, or would you rather I demonstrate it? Let's see how far this goes. Show me how you do it. With pleasure. He hooks a finger on a strap, allowing it to slip off my shoulder. Then he plants a gentle peck on my exposed skin, light as a feather. A gasp escapes my lips before I can catch it. Seizing the moment, he pulls me into him, peppers a trail of kisses along my neck, ending with a breathy whisper to my ear. How do you feel? I don't know. Good. Saying that, he mirrors his actions on my other shoulder. It's a weird blend of sensations, intriguing yet unsettling, but also oddly pleasant. Why am I feeling like this? Is it the pull of his overpowering strength, or could it be that no mortal has ever been so deliberate with me? As I'm deep in thought, his ceaseless actions continue to captivate my senses. His lips brush over every contour of my uncovered skin. Though such actions speak of lust, they remain unreserved. For all his suggestive antics, he hasn't crossed the line into anything overly sexual, nor has he removed my last garment. I'm torn. Part of me is baffled by his restraint, while another part of me secretly craves for him to go on. You're breathless, your body's warming up, you yearn for me. With a swift jerk, I pull myself away, as those shattering invisible chains that bind me to him. Absolutely not. Grasping my hips, he tilts me back towards him. I find myself unable to put up any form of resistance. It's fine. This is your training. You don't have to deny what you're feeling for me. I'm not. Sure you're not. The denial dies on my lips as his mouth finds my throat, eliciting an involuntary arc from my neck. The unrestrained, his hands revel in the feel of my body exploring freely. Gestures are familiar, but the emotions they stir within me are inexplicably new. His touch grazes over my skin, brushing against the fabric of my displaced bra. A fervor of need surges, more powerfully mine than his. Finally, he caresses his way along my breast, stopping at the elusive clasp of it. So that's how one takes it off. But he's not taking it off. Gripping the unclasped bra, he leaves it barely hanging on, while his lips lavish attention on my newly exposed flesh, creating a map of moist trails. The boiling lust within me coaxes a moan out of me, a soft moan, but a loud awakening. And then I also feel it. Feel what? I'm confused. This volunteer or vulnerability is exactly what I need mortals to feel before I can take their life force. His lips cease their amorous acts, just long enough for him to articulate a reply. A fast learner, aren't you? Then he tries to strip off my bra entirely, but I stop him, hooking it back together now that I know how that little clasp works. Oh, right when it was getting good. I'm here to master adaptation in this new world, not to waste my time in fruitless encounters with demons. Being a succubus, I'm clearly not opposed to or fearful of that, but something about this situation makes me wary. My God. I was right the first time, but my brain. He kindles feelings in me that I've not felt before. Feelings that I only ever provoke in others. I don't like that one bit. Thankfully, he's unaware of my true reservations. It's never pointless, my dear. In a futile effort to seduce me, he lifts his hips towards mine. I can feel his swelling lust, but choose to ignore it. I get it now. As long as mortals are vulnerable, I can siphon energy from their souls. What you just did to me. I can influence mortals in the same way, either physically or by way of illusions. Sensing my resolve, he ceases his seductive pursuit and relinquishes his hold. I pull away and return to my seat next to him. You are right. With enough practice, you'll have complete mastery over your body and power, allowing you to control how much you take. Ultimately, you'll be able to do it with a mortal without taking anything from them at all. Really? Of course, don't worry. It's not as tough as it sounds. I'm not concerned about that at all. I merely was wondering about the purpose. Why would I want to not hurt mortals? And why would I be with them if I'm not getting anything out of it? He chuckles. Because I find genuine delight in the act of love-making. You'd understand if you spent enough time in the underworld. Envision countless years spent toying with the cravings and desires of damned souls, yet never allowing them to fulfillment. The torment was as much mine as theirs. So you only came to live among humans for freedom? Absolutely. I will claim my desires, exercise my will. No force will constrain me any longer. What about your companions, like the women who was just with you? Do you have any feelings for them? I have no companions. I stand alone. Anything I do for my own benefit, she's merely among the countless souls who serve to satisfy my needs. That said, I do try to be fair. The pleasure they offer me is returned in kind, and I refrain from draining their life essence unless I really have to. What a strange demon you are. No, you are the strange one. I am self-preserving, as any demon you'd met. Moreover, all this training, helping you get acquainted, don't think it's me being generous or looking out for my own kind. His next words quickly erase any thought that he might be joking. You'll have to pay me back one way or another. With what, money? I already owe Vincent $1,800, apparently. He lightly strokes my cheek with the back of his hand, but there's no warmth in that gesture. I don't know yet, but we'll figure something out, I'm sure. If there's anything I relish as much as the thrill of fresh energy coursing through my veins, it's indulging in the comfort of a warm bath. I can't definitively say it's the allure of cleanliness or something more, but the sensation of water caressing my skin brings me joy. You and me both. Doing all right in there? You're certainly taking your sweet time. Yes, I'm fine, leave me be. I absolutely hate being bothered while bathing. Me and you both, actually. Sure, he was helpful in teaching me how this whole shower thing works, but his presence is unneeded now. Look, I'm going to need you to hurry it up and all. Like, take a really long stroll out there. Why? Because. She sounds cute. Can't she join us? Even without seeing her, I can tell she's not the same woman as before. Nah, not this time, babe. I hear the sharp sound of a slap, followed by a woman's high-pitched squeal. Go on, get yourself ready. I'll join you in a moment. footsteps withdraw, accompanied by her fading giggles. Seriously? What can I say? I'm a creature of insatiable desire. By the way of throwing your clothes in the washer, I've set out some new ones for you to choose from outside of the door. I know I should be asking what a washer is, but something else piqued my curiosity. You keep women's clothes in your home. Things sometimes go a little overboard, and a distant shout from the woman interrupts him. It's too faint for me to make out what she's saying. Well, considering what you did to my clothes earlier, I'm sure you don't need much explanation. Now wrap it up and get out of here. I'll be tied up for the next couple of hours. I can't fathom why he's chuckling at his own words, and honestly, I couldn't care less. What matters is that he's gone again. Once out of the shower, I open the door to pick up the neatly folded stack of clothes lying on the floor. I can't decide if these are any better than what I had on before. Looks like I've got some learning to do if I want to perfect my hunt. Now, what to wear? Striped sweater, one shoulder loose top, striped mesh mini dress, leather jacket, buy all. I'm just gonna go with the striped sweater. The other ones are just let's check out the hair. Also, She's got really good hair looking. Yes, I'm all set. After slipping into the new clothes, I make a hasty exit. There is so much to unravel here, but the muffled cries from his room are something I delve into. In Valanthus, not even the bustling streets of Moonvale, where I used to hunt, could match the masses I see here after dark. It's like the souls here are never at rest. What a strange world. Being alone, I can but ponder on all the unfamiliar things I come across on my curious stroll. There seem to be so many things you can do in this world. It's both fascinating and worrying, given how I'll soon be a part of it. Soon, my aimless wandering takes me down another crowded lane, but something is different. Why are these people walking here? And I see it. Some of them are actually dancing. It takes a bit for me to realize that, given how odd their movements are. With so many humans in the way, I cannot get through. I'm nearly ready to just start shoving people aside. But then a voice floats through the air. Someone is singing a tune. Play that tune, bring the food. In happy beats, tasty treats, I find my good mood. From an alley jam to a waffle cone. Happy beats, tasty treats, make the city my home. Why would anyone gather to listen to this? To each their own, leave me alone. It's not that I lack an ear for music. I've been around for 200 years. I've seen my share of bards, even killed a few. Well, that's nice. The voice is fine, the singing passable. It doesn't seem remarkable enough to hold such a captivated lot. That said, I'm now intrigued. I have to find out what's causing all this excitement. Move out of the way. It takes a bit of effort and some annoyed grumbling from the crowd, but I manage to get through. I see a man, a woman. I mean, is this going to be another love interest, or... We'll mix it up. We'll do a woman. Thank you for being here tonight. What do you say we finish this beautiful evening with a final song? The crowd goes wild, clapping and cheering like utter fools. Needless to say, I'm not impressed. Of course, people are flocking to see her pretty face, not to hear her sing. Just when I'm ready to force my way back out, her voice fills the air once more. I have a feeling if I try to push back past these folks one more time, they'll go berserk on me. I might as well wait for this crowd to thin out. She was almost done anyway. I've walked every street, sung every tune, tasted every delight from morning to noon. But what is there's more just beyond the sky? Another world of wonders waiting for you and I. Another world of wonders. Did she come from another realm too? The hell is up with that, ditzy, staring up? Now, she has my attention. I listen carefully to every word, trying to find a clue, but of what I don't know for certain. A longing for some kind of connection, perhaps? Here I go with a longing in my heart, in search of another world where a new song will start. With hope as my guide and dreams as my chart, beyond the horizon where then my next chapter will start. Like how they added someone singing with it. Just not the lyrics. Hopes and dreams, what a joke. There's no way she's like me. The disdainful sound I make is quiet, drowned out by the surrounding noise I doubt anyone else hears, and yet somehow her eyes find me almost immediately. She heard me, didn't she? Stare back, smile back, look away. I stare back. My stare is unyielding. So she heard it. Who cares? It's high time she realizes she's no better than these lowly beings hailing her like she's a queen. Eventually, after an agonizing length of time that challenges even my immortal patience, the song comes to an end. At the first glimpse of the crowd breaking up, I elbow my way through without hesitation. Wait, miss. Can I talk to you for a moment? She is talking to me. I can tell without needing to look. Sure. Turn around. The possibility of her chasing after me, attracting unwanted gazes my way, forces me to confront her. I whirl around. My scowl leaves no room for a misinterpretation about how I feel towards her. What? My voice, spiked with annoyance, is loud enough to turn a few heads, but one look from me sends them moving along. Oddly enough, all these folks who were so captivated by her just moments ago are now strikingly indifferent as she walks by. They continue on unfazed. Hello there. I don't think we've met before. So, I remember every face that comes to hear me sing. You're new here, aren't you? Welcome. She offers her hand in greeting. I'm Cynthia. And I'm your undoing. Much as I'd like to unleash these words, I know better than to give myself away so recklessly. I don't care, also your singing isn't that great. Oh my god. Oh, wow. And I turned to leave again. Still, you stayed to listen, and you cared enough to stop when I called. I continue on without looking back. She shows this to me. Unless I drain her for her power, and then I doubt our paths will cross again. Throughout the night, I wander, observing both people, things, while pondering their roles in this world. Then, once the streets are finally empty, I find myself questioning my own purpose. But also, I can't help but think about Xanthia. If she was here, we would have so much fun exploring this world together. Instead, I'm stuck learning from a self-serving incubus and a power-hungry warlock. Do I have any purpose in this world? Is my place truly here now? I chuckle to myself, a dry laugh. There's no joy in it. It's pointless to dwell on this. The magic that can teleport me back simply doesn't exist here. Moreover, without Xanthia, I've nothing to go back to. Adapting here is my only option. With those thoughts, I continue on. For the first time, it's just me and the echoes of my steps filling the lonely night. Like humans, demons dwelling among them also adopt the need for rest to conserve energy. I'm no different. Upon my return, I find Thriaxo has already surrendered to sleep in his room, thankfully by himself. In the days I was with Xanthia, we'd lie down on the soft grassy hills in the woods under a sky full of stars. The large rug of the room seems to be the closest thing to my old comforts. I nestle into it and slip into the void. For however short a time it lasts, a series of knocks stirs me awake, followed by the most irritated voice I have heard since coming to this world. Anyone awake? Open the door. Oh no. Oh, it's way too early for this. Go let him in. Don't order me around, do it yourself. Right, because he totally wants me to see me naked. I recall Vincent's hasty exit upon seeing Thraxio in nothing but a loose robe. The night that followed was painfully long. Fine. This is not my first time opening this door, but the way it unlocks continues to perplex me. As expected, the first thing that greets me is the frown etched on his face. What the hell are you wearing? What happened to the clothes I bought you? I'm all too eager to deflect his fury at Thraxio, who's just finished getting dressed and stepping out of his room. He took them. Give them back to her, Thraxio. I got her dressed properly to meet Tiger. Speaking of which, you better have set that meeting up. I literally just woke up, Vincent. Jeez, learn to chill instead of knocking on doors so freaking early. It's actually noon, for your information. Hurry it up. If you'd please. I need her to start soon, so we have enough energy for the binding ritual. Upon that reminder, a question instantly forms in my mind, and I blurt it out without a second thought. Wait, you know other demons like Thraxio, so why am I the one to be your source of power? Because we don't owe him anything, duh. Whether it's our demonic needs or earthly indulgences, we've always been self-sufficient in both regards, unlike you. I don't appreciate those words, but there's no denying their truth. Whatever, I'll just cut ties with you both once I'm all settled in this realm. No, not with me. Magical bonds are governed by uncompromising rules. Should either of us break them, fire will devour us until only ashes remain. What? You conveniently left that detail out yesterday. I've never met a demon as gullible as you. Adorable, really. Shut up! And I whirl back to confront the warlock. Forget the ritual, I'm out. You gave your consent with my blood on your palm. Breaking a blood pact will subject you to endless torment. To prevent that, the binding ritual must happen within 7 days. There's no backing out, succubus. You tricked me! Don't take it too hard. He's also obligated to look out for you. It's part of the bond, after all. Anyway, let me collect the laundry and give Tiger a call. Be right back. Only now does Vincent's frown soften. He comes in, closes the door behind him, a bag in his hand. Come, I've got some necessities for you. Truth be told, still boiling inside over this forced alliance, but I also have no alternative except to see it through. Gritting my teeth, I trail after him to the table, every movement accompanied by a grunt. What are you smirking at? Nothing. This man has only smiled at me twice since I've met him. Both times I feel an overpowering urge to unleash my demon form and bash his face in. Here, these are for you. With the bag, he pulls out several items, one of which is quickly recognized as a cell phone. He did mention he'd get me one of these, because he's a man of his word after all. I pick up the foreign object. It's weightier than it looks and leaves a cold sensation on my fingertips. It's a smartphone. Press the button on the side to turn it on. The moment it lights up, a sudden tremor runs through the whole thing. I almost lose my grip on it. Oh. The vibration setting. You can disable it if you don't like it. With the words, he strides to the table and dumps the heap of garments before me. They got a little discolored. One of my new shirts doesn't hold its dye well in hot water, apparently. Come on, Thraxio. I spent a lot on those. Yes, I owe him $1,800. More than that now. The stuff I got you here isn't cheap. You know, for a warlock with powerful magic, you really are stingy with money. I use my power to make things right, not to make this world more corrupt than it already is. Thraxio chuckles, pulling a bundle of folded papers from his pocket, each marked with the number 100. Here, it should take care of everything. I'm not taking your cash. My pact is with her, not with you. In that case, I'll hand it to her. She can settle her debt with you and still have enough for a shopping spree. He then thrust the wads of paper into my palm, all while grinning at Vincent, who disapproves with a shake of his head. How did you call with Tiger go? He's excited to meet the new girl in town. Dinner's already scheduled at 8. Good. I'll leave you to it. Don't mess it up. He directs my attention to a shiny card and another piece of this foreign world to get used to. STA pass. I'm assuming that's for flight? Or travel? Here's your STA pass. You can use it to get unlimited rides on the city buses and trains, even though it has a plane on it. To keep using it, you need to reload it with $100 every 30 days. I got the first month covered. I lay the small card beside my new phone, questioning whether they will serve as conveniences or additional complications in my already chaotic life. Throughout the afternoon, Vincent not only instructs me on the use of the smartphone, but also provides insight into the many fundamentals of this world. As a demon, my memory is impeccable, yet mastering this flood of unfamiliar knowledge is more challenging than anything I've learned in my extended universe or existence. That said, I find the variety of applications and their differing uses quite fascinating. It now becomes clear why mortals devote so much time to them. The notion that I must constantly pursue wealth just to find a hint of stability, though, is less than ideal. Alright. The warlock rises from a seat, gazing at the approaching evening sky through the window, and stretches as though he's just wrapped up a laborious day. Go ahead, get her a Soul Spark profile set up, Thraxio. Thraxio smiles and smoothly takes the phone from my grasp. Soul Spark? A surprisingly ironic name, don't you think? The app poses as a dating platform for people to meet their so-called soulmates, but it's really just a front for escort services. Tiger runs it, collects a cut of our earnings there, consider it a finder's fee. This is why you must meet with him first. Without his approval for your payment details, you won't be able to cash out a single cent. And don't forget the forged identity, bank account too. Without his hand in this, you demons would have no place here. I loathe that man and all the shitty things he does, but if letting him live means more scum like him dying sooner than they will, then I'll stay my hand for now. Why do I need to rely on him anyway? I can easily scout out my own targets. The app is backed by the red gold, the biggest triad in the silver port. It's your most effective means of discovering corrupt souls for harvesting. So, everyone uses this Soul Spark app as bad? Not necessarily, but it's mainly used by Silverport's wealthy elite who can pay for such services. More often than not, they're morally skewed. He turns his attention back to Thraxio. The slight but immediately frown indicates he has more disdain for him than for me. She'll stay with you for another day or so. Tomorrow we'll explore housing options. A place of my own? Nice. Moving out so soon. I thought we had a good thing going here. You have far too many good things going on here. I plan to steer clear of them all. Well, not while you owe me. I never let a debt go uncollected. As he returns my phone, he levels a lasciviously gaze at me, one that's increasingly failing to impress me. His words leave me pondering whether he's flirting, making a veiled threat, or a mix of both. The motives of demons are often elusive, even to our own kind. There, your new account is live. Take your profile photo, add some personal details, and you're all set for the hunt. Under their guidance, I tap there, here, and there until my face surfaces on the display. It feels like peering into a magical mirror. Go on, make it sexy. That's how you get picked here. I'll stare at the black dot on the top, then tap the round shape at the bottom. I've got this. I have charming pose, no pose. This is it. These are the only two options. Sure. Welcome to the World Wide Web. You're swiftly adapting to the ways of the unfamiliar realm. The posture comes naturally. Even as a still image, I can see my allure emanating from it. Thraxia sneaks a glance at my new profile picture over my shoulder. Not bad. Not bad at all. The art of seduction comes naturally to me, but observing it captured in this way is nothing short of a magical. The world is pretty damn amazing. The longer you're here, the more you'll realize this. I think I'll do just fine here. So, what's next? Sit and wait for these humans to unwittingly invite their doom? Let's be clear. There's no doom here. You won't share a bed with any of my clients until you're sure you won't kill them. On that note, how long will it take for her to get it right? That depends on her, not me. We barely scratched the surface of Lesson 1 yesterday. His sly grin is triggering flashes of the inexplicable sensations I experienced last night. Not good. But I'll be damned if I allow him the satisfaction of seeing that in my face. I'm an adept learner. I'll manage just fine. You better, like I said, we only have 7 days. If you don't acclimate enough power for the ritual, you will not survive it. Why does it seem like I'm the only one at risk here? Because it's the way of the Starling Witches. We thrive by drawing energy from demons. I assume that was clear by now. Nothing is ever clear with you. Ding. What's that? A notification. Swipe down and tap on it to view it. Here, I'll show you. I turn quickly, keeping my phone out of his grasp. I can handle it myself. Then, doing as he said, I open the SoulSpark app. Nice. Seems like someone's already smitten. They've booked an evening with you. Say hello to your new career. You're officially an escort. Gripping my phone tightly, I feel a surge of exhilaration pulse through me. And I have officially found my next prey. You mean your first prey, technically? Just saying. Complete episode. And our stats are 4 to Mastery, 2 to Pride, 0 to Lust, 0 to Envy. Let's get those diamonds. Alright, so without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember that if you did enjoy the content, to like, share, and subscribe. So with that being said, I know we did the Soulless episode 1, and then it's been a little bit. Do keep in mind the holiday season and whatnot, right? So, you know, yeah, I'm catching up. Gonna start, churning out more of this, but there's been a lot going on, and then also a few projects and whatnot are in the works and doing other content, so there's a lot. So again, I'm trying to catch up, so do keep that in mind. Thank you for being patient, especially if you're here and watching till the end. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Catch you all later. Peace out.